Hey guys, I wanted to go over just 3 examples today. I've uploaded most of our work that you have done on campus. So if you have not turned it into me on Google Classrooms, I don't have a grade for it on campus. So if you've done it, you can resubmit it or you can submit it. If you don't like your grades that you have gotten, I've tried to make notes for you. So you can resubmit it. So, but this will keep us straight if you actually do turn everything in from here on out on Google Classroom. I know it's a transition for everybody. It's a transition for me too. That being said, I hope you feel like you're learning something and we're not moving too fast. We're going to take it kind of nice and slow. If you have any questions, feel free. 1 to 3, I'm always on the computer. You can hit Google Chats and I should be right there to answer your question from that time. A lot of times I'm on my computer other times. So use that option. If you need to go to meeting, we can do that too. A Google meeting, we can set that up too. Okay. And we might do a class meeting here in a couple of days, but I wanted to get a couple of concepts under our belt before we did a meeting. Okay. So today I'm going to go over 3 examples. I won't always do a video, you guys. I'm trying to do different things like Nearpods and some other things so you're not listening to me day in and day out. I get it. But anyways, I hope that you find these helpful. And then we'll also do some Khan Academy videos. I hope you find that those are helpful too. So today I want to talk about, it's actually section 8.5 in your book, determining an equation of a line. And you can do this by 3 ways. So I'm going to give you these 3 examples, and then I'm going to give you a couple of examples to do, or a couple of problems to do. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. And the first example is determining equation of a line with if you are given a slope and if you are given a y-intercept. So let's say our slope is 2 and then our y-intercept is 3. We know from the slope-intercept form of a line, y equals mx plus b, that all we would have to do is plug in our slope of 2x and then our y-intercept of 3. And that would give us an equation for satisfying the slope and the y-intercept, satisfying that those being 2 and 3. So our equation would be y equals 2x plus 3. So we actually wrote an equation satisfying these 2 things. Okay. So next, if we have, for our next one, if we are given an equation of a line that has a slope of -4 and an x-intercept, not a y, an x-intercept of 3. So what do we do there? That's not going to help us if we're going to put this in the slope-intercept form of the line to have the x-intercept. We couldn't just write it straight out like we did in this equation. So what we need to do first is we know that the x-intercept is where the line passes through the x-axis, okay? So if we know that, then we know from this x-intercept that our point is going to be 3, 0, right? Because if it was the y-intercept, it would be 0 and then the number that you were given for the y-intercept. But this is the x-intercept, so our point would be 3, 0, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do to solve this is we are going to substitute -4 for m in our y equals mx plus b equation, okay? So for this equation, so then we're just going to put that in and we're going to say y equals -4x plus b. We know this is, again, now the y-intercept. So to find b, we're going to have to substitute to find b, or the y-intercept. That's the same thing. We're going to plug in 3 for x and 0 for y in our equation. Okay, so we're going to say, for this equation, so we're going to say y equals -4x plus b, and we're going to say 0 equals -4 times x, which is 3, plus b. Are you with me? All I did was just plug those in, this point right here. And then you're going to say, so 0 equals -12 plus b. And then we're just going to bring that over to the other side to get our y-intercept. So we're going to subtract 12 from, add 12 to both sides. And that's going to give us 12 equals b. So now we have our slope of -4 and our y-intercept. So when we go to write this equation, we're going to have y equals -4 x plus 12. So we wrote our equation for this line given the slope of -4 and then the x-intercept. Okay? And then finally, let's make sure you can see that. Yep. Finally, for our third example, we are going to write an equation we're going to write an equation of a line that passes through the points -2 and 5 and 4 and 8. Okay? So we know how to do this. We know that we can find our slope from taking the difference of our y-coordinates over our x-coordinates, right? So that's going to just be, in this equation, that's going to be 8 minus 5, our y, over our x-coordinates, which is 4 minus a -2. And that's going to give us 3, 6, or that's the same thing as 1/2. Okay? So now we know that our slope is 1/2. Okay? So we can substitute in our slope, and that's going to give us y equals 1/2 x plus b. So now we are going to choose one of the points. You can choose either one. We'll just choose 4 and 8. And we're going to substitute in 4 for x and 8 for y. Okay, so this is the first thing that we did here. And then the second thing, we're going to choose a point. Either one would work. We're going to choose 4 and 8. And we're going to plug these in. 4 x and y. So we can say that y equals 1/2 x plus b. And we're going to put in for y 8, 1/2 times 4, plug that in for x, plus b. Then we're going to come up with x equals 1/2 of 4 is 2 plus b. Now we're going to solve for b. We're going to subtract 2 from both sides. And 6 is going to be equal to b. So now we have both our slope and our y-intercept. Okay? So when we write this equation for given those things, we're going to have y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Okay? I hope this helps. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me later today. I hope you guys are doing great. I really do miss you, and I hope you are staying safe and social distancing and washing your hands and doing all those important things. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you're learning something. Bye-bye.